Hi Bells, it's Sara Stanford here with your first BBT of 2014. I hope everybody had a wonderful, wonderful Christmas and a great New Year. I know I certainly did, and I'm really looking forward to what 2014 has in store for Bliss. We've been, thinking about a lot of things and coming up with a lot of great ideas, and we have a few surprises for you guys in 2014, and I'm just really looking forward to meeting our new brides and our brides to be, and really providing them and finding the right dress for every single bride. So what I want to talk about today was some of the trends that I found here in Jamaica at our store for 2013, and then I kind of want to go into what I think will be some of the trends for 2014. So one of the trends for 2013 that kind of spilled over from 2012 was ruffles. You found a lot of brides wanted the dress with the ruffles, and I think part of the reason for that is I think ruffles, even though a wedding sometimes can be very formal and very prim and proper and classic, the ruffles kind of help to give a little bit of fun and whimsy. So for those brides who still wanted to be a classic bride but still show a little bit of personality, I think the ruffles really helped them to do that. So we saw ruffles on mermaid dresses, we saw ruffles on ball gowns, we saw ruffles on natural waist dresses and A-lines. We saw ruffles all over the place, and I think that's something that will probably continue for 2013. Some of the other trends, one trend that I don't even know if I can call it a trend anymore because I think it's just a staple with a Jamaican bride, is a mermaid style dress, or fit and flare, or trumpet. That's where it really hugs the silhouette all the way down to the hips and sometimes through to the thighs, and then it flares off after that. I think that trend will continue for us Jamaican brides, because us Jamaican ladies, we really embrace our curves. We love our curves. Our husbands and fiancés and boyfriends and everybody, they really love the curvy shape, and so I think the mermaid really helps to accentuate all of those curves. So I think that's something that's going to continue through till whenever. So I don't think that's something that's going to change anytime soon. Another trend that we saw was the open back. Sometimes it was a portrait back, sometimes it was a v-neck, but just to show a little bit of sexy but still kind of demure in the front, and it gives your guests a little bit of surprise as you pass them down the aisle, because they're not expecting all of this sexy towards the back. So that was also another trend. And with the open back comes another trend, which is the illusion neckline. A lot of times when you have that sexy open back, what the designers do is they give you a more modest silhouette in the front. So you might get a lot of lace or whatever the case is, or maybe even a cap sleeve, so to kind of balance off the uber sexiness coming from the back. So we saw a lot of that in 2013. The last thing we saw in 2013, at least in my opinion, was the tulle skirt. Tulle is this fabric that's kind of almost the same thing that a veil would be made out of, maybe a little bit thicker. It's kind of like a mesh, and what you find is tulle really helps to give the dress a lot of volume without the weight. So those brides that wanted the ball gown dress but didn't want that heavy bridal satin, they were able to get that ball gown princessy feel with a tulle skirt. So those were the trends that I noticed for 2013. So now let me tell you some of the trends I think are going to be very popular for 2014. Excuse me. I mentioned the mermaid dress, right? Which I think, as I said, will always be popular. But I have started to see a resurgence of the ball gown, which I just absolutely love. I think a ball gown is very bridal, it's very classic, and a lot of women are coming in and asking me, for ball gowns. So I think we're going to see an increase in that. I think women are going to, start to embrace the fact that a ball gown is very bridal and can be very sexy. Another trend that I think we're going to see is the sleeve, and not just a cap sleeve, 3/4 length sleeve similar to what I have on now, and even a sleeve all the way down to the wrist. I've posted a lot of pictures from other designers of those type of sleeves, and they've been very popular. So I think in 2014 we're probably going to see a little bit more of that. The last trend I think we might see in 2014 is color. But when I say color, I don't mean like a bright red or a bright pink or anything like that. I mean more like pastels. Like I had a blush dress that I've had for a very long time, and I always say sometimes a dress has to find the bride, and that dress found the bride last year. And I think we're going to have more brides that are going to be embracing a little bit more color. So a little bit towards the ivory, a little bit towards the blush, and maybe even a pastel blue. Those type of colors I think is probably what we're going to see for 2014. So that's my prediction. we'll see if I'm right. At the end of the year, I'll give you, another update, and we'll see, how accurate I was, All right, so before I go, the one last thing I want to mention, some of you may have noticed on the page, I've been hashtagging pink bag. That's PYNK bag. Well, the reason we're doing that is every bride that comes into Bliss, has always been this way. When you come into Bliss and you get your dress, whether you've booked a dress for rental or you've purchased a dress, you get it in one of our fabulous pink bags, right? So when you go dress shopping this year for your perfect dress, make sure at the end of the day, you end up with your Bliss pink bag. That's my BBT for this week. Thank you so much for listening. Have a wonderful, wonderful week. And as always, make it blissful.